I've heard so many white people say, if we just stop talking about racial issues, the issue will go away. Have you heard that said before? Now, my dad has a saying in business. He says, when you have a problem in business, you run to the problem. He says, you don't run away from the problem because it gets worse. You run to the problem. Have you guys ever had a problem in life that went away because you ignored it? You run to the problem. And when we look at Jesus, this is exactly what Jesus did. When Jesus saw racial hostility, this is why I want to speak to white people in particular. We don't have to deal with the racial issues. Now, when Jesus was up in heaven and he saw racial hostility, was he up there in heaven saying, what are the statistics? Who's really right, Jew or Gentile? I'm going to decide between you, and then I'm picking sides. You see, Christians, we're too much into picking sides. It's not about that. And it's really not about, it's not about the narrative that you hear in the news. It's really not about any of this. What happened was that Jesus, when he saw racial hostility in heaven, or from heaven, what did he do? He actually became a man, and then he died on a cross, bleeding to break down the wall of hostility. Christians, we're called to be peacemakers. Not to just take sides and, well, this side's right and that side's wrong. And if we just ignore it, it'll just go away. Don't take our cues from white culture, white people. Take your cues from the gospel. And what the gospel says is when you see racial hostility, your job is to lay down your life to bring peace. Not to just take sides and say who's right and who's wrong.